Droid Nerd.
Hello everyone, and welcome to this week's edition of DroidNerds.com Weekly Wrap-Up. I'm Amanda Gray. 41.7% of Androids are running on 2.1 currently, while we got 28.7% running on 2.2, or Froyo. What I find interesting about this is the fact that manufacturers are still putting out devices with 1.5 and 1.6 on them, which by all technicality is behind the curve. With 3.0 around the corner, people are going to get hungry for some gingerbread, and you might want to keep up with their appetites, or else they're going to go find somebody else who's willing to appease. The Samsung Galaxy Tab should be coming out shortly, and it looks like they're going to premiere just like they did with the phones and put them across different carriers. Sprint, Verizon, and AT&T seem to be the lucky ones, but the question is, who's going to get it first? And are they all going to look the same, or are they going to be different like the phones were? Slightly different on the interface, and slightly different on the actual physical designs of the phone. Of course, I'm curious to know whether the Verizon one's going to have Bing. Maybe. The Droid X and the Incredible got the Flash 10.1 update this week, but it wasn't an automatic update. It came across and you had to go into the market and pick it up yourself. So if you haven't done it yet, go ahead and check it out. But keep in mind, if you don't have an X or an Incredible, it's not going to work for you. T-Mobile is coming out with some new devices that seem to be pretty exciting. We got the G2, which should be coming out with, Radio Shack for $150 with a 2-year contract. And they also have another phone, the Motorola Defy, which is going to be a rugged Android smartphone, which is interesting because so far we've only had flip phones that are usually the rugged ones, and no smartphones yet. Usually you have to get a big bulky case to protect them, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but it would be nice to have a phone that you could put a normal case on and it still be dust-proof. I know some of you are going to be very excited about that. Now, all you sports fans out there, even if you're not a Patriots fan like myself, this should still be very exciting for you to hear. The Gillette Stadium is the first in the NFL to offer an app which lets you replay different plays that happen on the field as you're watching them live in the stadium. This is a very cool concept because if you really enjoy watching it at home on your TV and you like to see the replays over and over and over again, you'll be able to do so while you're actually sitting in the stadium watching it happen in front of you. They have 4 different cameras that they're running, and you're going to be able to see and manipulate it just the way you want, with live updates as to the score. So very cool. Seems to be the problem with that, though, is going to be the bandwidth, which, if you've ever been to a big stadium like that and tried to use your cell phone, you know that that's always an issue to get a good signal. However, technology will be improving, and we will see them, mark my words, across different sports and stadiums and different types very soon. As long as everything goes well, at least. HTC had a huge press conference in London this week, coincidentally enough, right next to where Nokia was holding their Nokia Wonderfulness celebration of themselves. But the news that they had out was the Desire HD and the Desire Z, which are both supposed to have high-definition video recording. The HD has an 8 megapixel camera and the Z has a 5 megapixel camera. Should be pretty exciting. They also announced that they've been making some updates to the Sense UI, and they're going to premiere a website, htcsense.com. It's not fully launched yet, so we really don't have a lot of details or specs on it, but as soon as it will, we'll let you know what we think. What it reminds me so far from what I've heard is of the MotoBlur site that Motorola came out with, where you're able to go on the website and do different changes onto your phone, or locate your phone, wipe your phone, things like that. So, looking forward to that. We'll see what happens. Now, Verizon. What exactly are you thinking? There are reports that you're coming out with an Android app world of sorts, which is very interesting considering we already have the Android marketplace, which goes across carriers. Android being open source is very pivotal on having a marketplace that you can get on any of your devices, or at least in my opinion it is. If I was you, and I had all that time and money and research and wonderfulness, I would put it towards something that isn't already a tapped market, like your quick messaging devices having their own app world. Focus on that. There's definitely a huge place for that out there. A lot of people are still running on those, and I don't think they're going away anytime soon. I know Nokia is trying to do a little OV site themselves, so I would see what you could do with that instead. We're also seeing that there's going to be more gaming applications out there. Electronic Arts has come out and announced that they're going to be having things like Need for Speed, Madden, Tiger Woods, Monopoly, and even Tetris on your Android devices, which would be pretty exciting. So we're going to get some real gaming apps so that maybe we don't have to have a PSP anymore. One device fits all? It's a possibility. Ooh, and we have the app of the week. This week, I was messing around with my Samsung Captivate on AT&T, which is what I carry on a regular basis, and I've downloaded all sorts of different things on it, which has probably made it kind of sluggish. So I was looking around, trying to find something that would help me improve the speed of it at which it transfers different things, and hopefully improve my battery life. What I found was the Advanced Task Killer. If you check it out in the marketplace, it's a free app that you can download that also has a widget, or at least it does on my phone, that when you tap it, it shuts down all those applications that are running in the background that you don't even know about. Also, in your notification bar, there's a little thing. You can pull it down, you can tap on it, and see exactly what is running, and has little check boxes that you can check or uncheck at any time, and then kill the selected ones. I didn't even realize it. I pulled that thing down, and I looked at it, and there was like the navigator was running, the family map was running, things that I have never launched once on my phone were running in the background, wasting energy, wasting time, wasting memory. So you kill them all, and it does seem to work quite well. It seems to be a little bit faster for me. That's everything we have for this week. We hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.
Droid Nerd.